bestie, how are ya? In today's video, I'm sharing I'm doing the end of the year book tag, but with the Destiny Sidwell twist. So bestie, I don't know about you, but I keep seeing this end of the year book tag done in different ways, but the main one that stood out to me is the one from Destiny Sidwell. Yes, this booktuber right here, her. Cool girly her. I saw her video and I was like, you know what? I seen another end of the year book tag video with less questions, but that didn't suit me well. I think I like Destiny's more because it has more questions and more reason for me to talk to you guys. And you guys know that I love to talk. So it only makes sense for me to do this version. Let's get into these book tags or bookish questions. Yeah. Most disappointing read of the year. I think you guys are really gonna be shocked by this one, but that book is Rule of Wolves by Leigh Bardugo. I know, like, why is this here? Listen, if anybody knows me, and I know you know me, bestie, I mean, you better know me. If anybody knows me, they know that I love the Grishaverse universe. I mean, this universe just has my whole heart, and then this happened, and my heart was ripped out. This kind of disappointed me in a sense that there was just too much going on. There was too many plot lines, too many POVs. It was kind of like, one minute I was in one person's POV, next minute I was in another. Hold up, bestie. I'm gonna stop you right there because I know you're probably like,
but Ginnie, what are you talking about? Leigh Bardugo does so well with that. You love Six of Crows. There's like 6 point of views in there.
yes, that's very true. But I don't know. There was just something about this one right here that I was just like off by, you know? It was like, you got into one point of view, right? And something significant is acting? No. Something significant is happening, yes. And then boom, you're taken out of that point of view to then be transported into another point of view where something else is happening. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, I was just having fun in that point of view and now I'm in this point of view. That kind of made me feel like disconnected from the characters and from the story. The reason I love Six of Crows more is because I guess they were more like a whole together thing. While in this one, you got Nikolai's POV, Nina's POV, then she's somewhere else. Then you got Mayu's point of view, the monk's point of view, you know, like, I don't know. It was just, I felt like it was just all over the place for my liking. And then, all right, don't come for me. Put down your pitchforks. I know you're not going to like what I have to say, but somebody has to say it. And who better than Ginnie? The one that usually just says, fuck it, I'm gonna say it. So here it is. All right, so I really didn't ship Nikolai and Zoya. Yeah, I said it and I meant it. I really didn't ship them. I could care less for them being together. I really didn't want them together. I just didn't see it at all. Sorry, but not sorry at the same time. And then speaking of things that I really didn't care for, I really didn't care for Nina's POV. Yes, I said that too. Yes, I know. Don't come for me. But if you come for me, get ready to throw hands because I'm coming in with this full blown. I really didn't care. Okay, look, bestie, don't get me wrong. I love Nina, okay? I loved her back in Six of Crows, okay? I loved her back in Crooked Kingdom, okay? But I so did not love her in King of Scars and in Rule of Wolves. Why? Because I felt that she wasn't fully fleshed out. You know, I wanted time with Nina. I wanted her to grieve. I wanted to see that happening. I wanted all the good things for Nina, and I couldn't get that here because it was just little point of views. No, I feel like because this book has so much going on, like too many plots, too many things happening, throwing in Nina into that mix was not a good idea. I feel that Nina should have got her own book, okay? And then all of that was happening would have been its own story. Then the other thing is that something was just kind of thrown at the end. And for me, I was kind of questioning, like, why? Is that like the last hurrah for like certain characters? Is it going to lead to something else? Maybe another book? Maybe, hopefully, right? I wouldn't mind that. Then my final thoughts with this is the apparat. Like, I am so tired of him, you know, like, can he just throw himself into the deep ocean? You know, that would be nice. I don't want to see him anymore. Thank you. Yeah, next book. Underdog book of the year. For me, that underdog book has to be Imogen, obviously, by Becky Albertalli. You know, this just wouldn't be a Ginnie video if I don't fuck up a name, right? So, right on brand. This one, I felt like the LGBTQ rep was done so well. It was like right on point with the queer experiences and their inner struggles. And let me tell you how I love my girl Imogen. You know, right? That's unheard of. Ginnie loving a female main character. Wow.
Never knew that could happen.
Well, yes, it happened in this book, okay? It happened. Yes, I loved her. I loved going on this journey with her in finding her identity, hearing like her inner struggles, and just finding love at the same time. It was just so nice and it was so refreshing to see. And that's something that I just really love that. Okay. I love this so much that it just made me get yeah, that's how you know that I really loved it. Then I think her experiences with finding her identity and discovering her sexuality is definitely something that a lot of people can relate to. Me, myself, being one of those people as well. Then there's also Tessa. So Tessa. You see, I'm swooning all over again. Anyways, yeah. Tessa was like just such a perfect match for Imogen. She was just like this glorious, soft, butch lesbian that like had me swooning so hard at all like the little but significant gestures that she was doing. I was just here like, yes, I was eating it up and I just loved it. Can I please get like a continuation of Tessa and Imogen's relationship? And you know, like, because I really need that in my life. You know, thanks in advance. A book that was overhyped. Unfortunately, We Hunt the Flame. And I just brought both of them because quite honestly, both of them to me were overhyped. I am so sorry, Sierra. I hope you could forgive me because I know this is like your favorite books. I'm sorry, but it just wasn't mine. And you know what? That's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. I hope we're still friends after this. Let me explain. In the beginning, I was rooting. I was like, yes, a female character that I won't get annoyed by because Saphira is badass. And I still think she's badass, even though, you know, I only gave this book 3-star rating, but that's okay. That just means that it's okay, all right? Exactly the way I said it. It's okay. You know, you gotta extend the okay. Do it with me, bestie. It's okay. There you go. Yeah. But then part 2 came, and that's when I was instantly annoyed. Here's what annoyed me about it, okay? So what annoyed me is that I felt like the fillers that were placed in part 2 strategically, because I felt it was strategically done, did nothing for the plot.
So how is that strategically done?
Well, the author was able to like blind everybody to it, but you didn't catch me. No, you didn't catch Ginnie with that one because I see it. I saw it. It was like whatever happened in part 2 just kind of went into the Bermuda Triangle. Yeah, it was like that. It went into the Bermuda Triangle and it was forgotten about. It was never found again. That's the problem that I have with it. Also, I never got attached to the characters. So you see where the problem is here, bestie? Yeah, I knew you would. And that's why I love you. That's why we're besties. Favorite book couple of the year. That has to go to Adeline and Zayd, and Imogen and Tessa from Imogen, obviously. Yes, these, they have my heart. I love them. Zayd, just saying his name has me all blushy. You see that? I'm blushing. Yes, I'm actually reading Hunting Adeline now, and it just makes me even more, like, I'm falling even harder for Zayd, okay? Yes, I got zaddy issues. And I am proud of them. And then Imogen and Tessa, like I explained before, like, they were meant for each other. Tessa's such a sweetheart. I just love them, and I just couldn't pick one, so I had to go with both. All right, I make the rules. I just went with both, and that's okay. Favorite main characters of the year. My favorite main characters of the year has to go to Nick and the Remarkables by Angie Thomas. I love the characters and the lessons that were also taught to you in the story. Yeah. I also feel that the author did such an amazing job with Nick having a voice and her advocating for herself. Like, she was like this badass little girl, and I was like, you know what? I wish I was like you when I was in middle school. Oh. Yeah, I kind of was a little bit, but you know, not to toot my own horn. We're talking about Nick here, okay? And then not to mention the whole friendship between like Nick, JP, and Alex. I absolutely love them as characters, and especially the fact that they were POC characters. I feel like a lot of middle graders definitely can relate, but also grown folk like us too.
Because hello, I'm not a middle grader and I love this book, okay?
If you're a fan of Percy Jackson, even though I haven't read Percy Jackson yet, but from what I have read, like from people and from friends that absolutely love that series, and if you're a fan of Amari and the Night Brothers, then you know what? You need to add this book to your list, because Nick is gonna become a definite favorite of yours. New favorite author you discovered in 2023. So new favorite authors that I discovered this year is Lucy Score, because I absolutely loved Things We Never Got Over. Kennedy Ryan, because this book right here, Before I Let Go, it was pulling at my heartstrings, and I absolutely love that. And I love the topics that were covered here. Listen, you haven't picked this up or you haven't read a Kennedy Ryan, you better read one now. I plan to read more, okay? Just saying. And R.F. Kuang, after reading Babel, whatever Bell, all right? After reading this, I am like, I have to devour every R.F. Kuang book, like, now. Okay? I know, bestie, I know, you probably like...
But Ginnie, really? Like, you just read one book by these authors.
That's all I really need. That's all I really need to know, that I'm going to love these authors for the rest of my life. Like, they're gonna just get all my coin, they're gonna get all my money. Yeah, they're just gonna be able to live happy lives because they know that Ginnie will happily buy their book and happily give her last dollar to them. Yes, yes. Yeah, I just know, okay? It's just a feeling, okay? It's just that feeling. It's kind of like what happened with V.E. Schwab, you know? Like, once I read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, I just knew she's just gonna be a favorite. That feeling has not stirred me wrong, just like with Taylor Jenkins Reid, okay? So be on the lookout for me reading more books by these authors right here. You see how I just hug it? I mean, yes. Anyways, let's move along. Book that surprised you. Okay, so next up is the book that surprised me, and that has to be The Wedding Crasher by Mia Sosa. Why did it surprise me though? Okay, so you might be saying, Ginnie, you're like in your romance era. Why does this surprise you? Well, because this is a rom-com and it's been a while since I actually enjoyed some rom-coms. There, I said it. And why did I enjoy this? Well, listen, because it's fake dating trope. And if you know me, bestie, you know that I love the fake dating trope. Fake dating trope will hit every fudging single time. Like, I don't care. You say fake dating trope, I got it. I'm reading it. You say, oh my God, Ginnie, this book has fake dating trope. Where? I'm reading it. If you tell me, you know what, I think that got fake dating. What? I'm reading it. So that's what happened with this one. I mean, what more can I say? It's fake dating, it's cute, it's fast paced, it's funny. It literally had me like laughing out loud, kicking my feet in the air because it was just so cute and funny, and swoon worthy. And that for me is a mix and a recipe for a great rom-com. And this right here, my friend, this gave it to me. Okay, so listen, besties, tell me this isn't good. All right, so we have Dean, right? Who's like this super organized kind of man. He lives life in a very organized way, right? And then here comes little old Brazilian Solange comes along and she disrupts his peace. Listen, that right there had me giggling like a high schooler over like the pettiness that is Solange and the things she would do, and like, oh my God, yes, I was giggling, I was laughing, I was kicking up my feet, and I ate this shit up like a bowl of cereal. Yes. I loved it, all right? Yeah. But there was a reason why I kind of changed the rating recently to a 4.5, but it's like now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like,
Ginnie, why the hell did you do that?
listen, I don't even know myself. I think I'm gonna have to go back and change it up to a 5 because I absolutely love this book. Most frustrating book you read in 2023. This book right here, the most frustrating book I read in 2023.
Just thinking about this book is triggering me.
That book has to be That Summer Feeling by Bridget Morrissey. And saying it is triggering me again. Bestie, do I have to go over what this book is about? Do I? I guess for the sake of the video, we're gonna do it. So yeah, for the sake of this video, let's talk just a little bit about it, even though in reality I just rather throw myself into the ocean than talk about this book again. Okay, let's do this. Characters were very unlikable, not memorable at all. They were flatter than a flat, badly made pancake. Then there's the side characters. They were more like costume props because they were just there. They were bland and glue.
Taste it. But it should come with a fucking warning. That'll blow your lungs out. I mean,
Yep, exactly what Gordon said. I really don't want to put myself through that mental trauma again. So you could just watch that video right there and check out the review. Okay, that's enough. Moving on. Best adaptation of the year. Best adaptation of the year? Well, I can't really tell you because I haven't watched any, but I do plan on watching the Daisy Jones and the Sixth one. So I guess we could say best adaptation you're planning to watch this year. And in Ginnie's case, that would be Daisy Jones and the Sixth. Longest book you read this year. Longest book I read has to be Empire of the Vampire. It was such a long book that I read that it took me like a year and a half to finish it.
oh my God! Wow!
Yeah, that's true. That's true facts right there. But we're not gonna go into that. What we are gonna go into is how this book has 739 pages. And you might be saying,
But Ginnie, you read Kingdom of Ash.
I know. But I didn't take so long with that one like I did this one. I don't know what it was about this one. I think it was because it was like so complex. I did enjoy the book, don't get me wrong. But then there's also this font that is just so teeny, and I felt like it was a little tedious to read. So yeah. And then on the opposite side of the coin, the shortest book I read this year is Virtue by Ida Bradley. This book right here. And that one was a little novella of 81 pages. Nothing much to say there. Favorite covers of the year. So I had to add an S to that because there was no way I was only gonna pick one. Like, come on. We're talking about me here. I have a horrible time making decisions, you know? Like, I have a horrible time just picking one. I have a horrible time of making choices, you know? So we're gonna make this easier by including 5 book covers. So the first one being Imogen, obviously, because I mean, like, obviously, look at this cover. Oh my god, sometimes I just crack myself up, you know. Then there's Wrath Becomes Her by Aiden Polly something. This right here. Look at this cover. Like, it's too bad that it didn't give me what I needed, but it's still a good book. And look at this cover. I mean, who doesn't want this because of the cover? Unless you're like me and you don't want it because you're just like, nah, I need the shelf space. But you just look at this beautiful cover though. And then there's Haunting Adeline, because like, really, like, what's not to like about this beautiful cover? And then the inside is beautiful as well. And then there is The Weight of Blood, because, you know, I gushed about it in my October TBR video, right? Remember that I even put it on the shelf so it could just stay there the whole time. Maybe I should do that again, just for funsies, you know? No, we're not gonna do that again. I already did that before. You know, we're not doing that. And then there's 6 Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. And this is the beautiful Fairy Loot exclusive edition. How beautiful is that? But I know, like, the regular cover is beautiful as well. So, but yeah, it's these for me. A book you haven't stopped thinking about. All right, so a book that I haven't stopped thinking about has to be Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Look at these tabs, okay? Look at them. So you know, there was so much to dissect in this one. I keep thinking about this so much. Like, anytime I get the chance to talk about this book, I am like, yeah, I'm exactly like that. Just like that. Like I said before, Taylor Jenkins Reid is another auto-buy author for me. She could just like wear that crown on her head proudly. She will always get my money when I see she comes out with a book. Okay? Who else is able to write historical fiction and not make it feel like it is? You know? Her right here. Taylor Jenkins Reid can. And don't get me started with these characters. They were so well fleshed out, raw, so realistic. Like, I literally felt like I was following this band. Like, they were real life. Like, they were here. Like, I watched them on MTV. Okay? That's what this felt like. I loved experiencing the good, the bad, and the ugly with these characters. And given that it's a Taylor Jenkins Reid book, I mean, like, I just had to read it. There just was no me not reading it. I'm pretty sure you're like,
but Bestie Ginnie, like, the only book you read from her is Evelyn Hugo.
This is living proof that I know when an author becomes an auto-buy author for me. I just feel it in my gut, you know? And this is proof that it's true, because this was just like Evelyn Hugo was another 5-star read for me. And yeah, I will continue to devour her books. Cringiest book you read this year. Okay, so this is another one that I couldn't just pick one, because there was actually 2 books that cringed the shit out of me. And that is $1 Million Devil by Katie Evans and Man Cave by Vanessa Bale. And I should have known better with a title like Man Cave. Well, I guess it lived up to the cringe. It was just stuff that was being said in these books that was just, it was just a cringe for me. Like, yeah. Unpopular book you love.
Okay, so first off, how dare you? How dare you for not loving this book? Okay? Like, what is up with that?
It's alright, bestie. You know, I'm just kidding.
But no, really.
Listen, okay, I can understand why this book is not for everyone, all right? Like, I get it. I do. It was so disturbing. The body horror was so explicitly detailed that, listen, I don't blame you, because even me, myself, I was even gagging at certain parts. I was just like, yeah, just like that. If you're like me, you know, a bit deranged, love old school horror movies, gore, disturbing graphic scenery that makes you cringe and tingly. Hi, my name is Ginnie. Can we be besties? Because you know we got something here. We got some kind of chemistry. If you're that way, we'll be the best of friends. Yeah. But no worries, because my normal besties, we could be friends too. Because you know what? I do need some balance in my life. And besides, I do have normal moments too, I think. What was the highest and lowest rated books you read this year on Goodreads? Do you agree? The highest, I mean, I'm sure you're not surprised, is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. And the lowest is The Island by Natasha Preston. Do I agree? Yes, I do. Because Fourth Wing was amazing to me, okay? This book is spectacular, it's wonderful, it's great, and it has dragons. Yes, it has dragons, like real living, breathing dragons in here. They actually talking to you dragons in here. It's on the cover, yes, but it's in here too. Dragons in here. Okay, I think you get the point, right? With The Island, I do agree with it as well, because even though I did love the whole premise of influencers on a secluded island in a with a gothic type theme park and a gothic hotel, yeah, that was all good and cool. Not to mention that it also gave me Scream vibes like that. But then here's where it kind of lost me. It kind of got repetitive, which then started getting boring, which then became a rush thing, and then it also started to get predictable. So imagine this, a record skipping and playing the same thing over and over and over again. That sounds like fun, right? Wrong. Exactly. So that's why I agree with everyone on this one. Favorite quotes of the year. Okay, so favorite quotes have to come from Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan and Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. All right, so I'm just gonna open up to whatever. This one says, when you're living your life, you're so inside your head, you're swirling around in your own pain, that it's hard to see how obvious it is to the people around you. Another one is, you can't control another person. It doesn't matter how much you love them. You can't love someone back to health, and you can't hate someone back to health. And no matter how right you are about something, it doesn't mean they will change their mind. I'm saying that when you really love someone, sometimes the things they need may hurt you, and some people are worth hurting for. But loving somebody isn't perfection and good times and laughing and making love. Love is forgiveness and patience and faith, and every once in a while, it's a gut punch. That's why it's a dangerous thing when you go loving the wrong person. When you love somebody who doesn't deserve it, you have to be with someone that deserves your faith, and you have to be deserving of someone else's. It's sacred. I mean, what? And then from Before I Let Go, then she laughed, and I wondered if this finding someone you can laugh with when everything hurts was the stuff happily ever afters are made of. Another one is, it means seeing myself clearly. Good, bad, beautiful, ugly, faults, mistakes, acknowledging what I really think and feel, and not judging those emotions, understanding myself, not censoring it, having compassion for myself. I mean, need I say more? Love it. Book with the most unique concept. The book with the most unique concept has to be Hex by Thomas O. DeHuvel. Yeah. The reason for that is because, look, picture this, right? There's this whole 17-year-old. No, she's not 17 years old. There's this 17th century witch, right? I don't know why I couldn't say that quicker, but yeah. That she tends to just do what she wants. She comes and goes as she pleases. She roams the town. You know, she's just doing her thing. She's chilling. But the thing is, too, that people can also chill with her. They can interact with her, and she can even be touched. Weird, right? Yeah. The thing is that the town is cursed by this witch, so it's like this supernatural force field around it that nobody can come and go. They just stuck there. Yeah, you may be like, Ginnie, I heard that before, but the twist and where the unique concept for me comes in is the type of technology that they use and this tracking and surveillance they had on this witch and everyone else in the town. And then not to mention the other things that they would do to kind of take care of these problems. So yeah, it was just a unique concept to me. Too bad it really didn't deliver that well. Yeah. Book you read that you would reread. That book for me has to be My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. The reason for that is because even though this is like such a challenging read and it's hard to talk about, I feel like the stuff that goes on in here is also very important to talk about at the same time. And then the other reason is because I want to like fully annotate this book, and I really want to like dive into Vanessa's psyche and just like dissect the shit out of it, you know, like just go to town and have fun and grab that highlighter and just annotate and just like highlight things, pencil in things, pen in things. Yeah, you get it, right? Reading goal reflection and 2024 reading goal. As far as my reading goal goes, I conquered that shit. I read at the time of this video going up, I read 79 books. Like, what? I think for next year, I'm going to up it a little bit. So I might have a reading goal of 90, maybe 100, if I'm getting a little promiscuous with the reading goal, and if I'm feeling a little nice and determined, maybe 100. We'll see. After 2023 reading, what are you prioritizing in 2024 reading wise? I've been thinking a lot about like what I'm going to prioritize, and of course reading my books that I own definitely is going to be one of them. That's like the main priority. Then there's also, I want to read classics this upcoming year. I don't know, like it's flowing in my veins, like I'm really feeling like this is the year that I read classics. If there's any that, all my classic girlies people know about and think that with my taste that I would enjoy, definitely comment that down below, because I'm looking for some classic recommendations. This next question is basically a question that I added just to make it an even 23, because I think with Destiny's questions it was 22, so I was like, you know what, it's 2023, so let's make it 23. So yeah. After 2023 reading, what would you have done differently? It would definitely be not to go crazy on NetGalley requesting arcs. All my NetGalley girlies out there, you know what I'm talking about, right? And I'm pretty sure you have that goal set for you too. And if you do, definitely smash that like button. Like, let me know down below. Did you go crazy on NetGalley like I did? Or is it just me? Was it just me getting NetGalley crazy? I don't know. Oh, then the other one would have to be getting new books and adding them to my TBR knockout challenge. That to me messed me up. It set me back with some things like this up here. As you see, a lot of them is not turned. Yeah, it set me back. So I know this upcoming year I have to be mindful about that and definitely try not to add new books that I buy to my TBR knockout challenge. Yeah, I just went a little crazy with that. And actually I was trying to balance it out a bit too by adding but taking out, and yeah, it just didn't work out right. So I gotta make sure that for this upcoming year I don't do that. And if I do, I have like a certain amount of books. Maybe that's what I should do. Yeah, I should leave like a certain amount of books specifically for new books that I have bought throughout the year. So bestie, answer any one of these things down below, because I'm interested in knowing what like your end of the year book tag stuff looks like. Here's a little secret. So all the cool kids are hitting that button down there that it says subscribe. Yeah, they do that, and then they hit like and they comment, and then they automatically become cool. I heard through the grapevine that it works. So let me know in the comments if it did work, so like that I could let other kids know, so they could be part of the cool kids too and be Ginnie's bestie. Anyways, I love you guys so much, and thanks for watching. I really, really appreciate everything, all that you guys do, being here with me. And I see you again another time. See you. Let me let you go because now I'm going to keep rambling on. Love you. Love you.